I'm Luna.
And we've got a few new things. I'm not muted.
Am I?
Wait, my host had me muted. Are we muted? No, we're not muted now. Okay, wow, that's great. We've got everything going very smoothly here with our new setup here at our new studio. Welcome to Breadcast 3.0. Luna, don't move this chair an inch ever again for the rest of your life.
Okay. We have to put an X on the floor to say where the chair is, because like there's wheels on this chair, you know? They can't move, you know?
I agree. Your camera's out of focus and mine's not on.
What? Why is that? Go fix it.
And my earbud came out of my ear again.
I lost one of my earbud too.
Luna, talk about the show, please. Tell them about what's new about this amazing new show experience.
Hi, everybody. This is our amazing new show, which is Breadcast. Oh my God, it's not even focusing. The camera is pointing to like, what the in the world is that? This is our new studio, and this is the first launch, so it's gonna have a lot of problems. That's what we expect. I hope that you understand.
They probably think that we're faking these problems.
Yeah, right.
For comedic effect, but
Right. Actually,
I don't find it funny at all.
So yeah, welcome to Breadcast. This is our Breadcast 3.0. This is the third time that we changed the set significantly. Hi everybody, and oh my God, that camera just make all of my pimples visible. I hate it.
You didn't wear any makeup, did you?
I did.
Did you?
I did.
Okay, this camera's not working, is it?
It's working. I know it's not. It's not. I don't know why.
You gotta turn this camera on and off twice every time. I don't know why.
That is weird. Hi everybody in the chat. What was that, Kai? I mean, I don't even know what you're talking about. Too many things are happening at the same time right now.
And you mispronounced Kai's name again.
I said Kai. Oh my
said
God.
Kai.
No, I said Kai. Jesus Christ.
Tell everybody what's going on.
We still having our headphones right here. And by the way, we have our producer now. And he's talking in the back.
They won't hear Grant.
I know you won't hear him. But Grant just asked me a very important question, which is, am I wearing my headphones? It's like, okay, I am, but not EJ.
I'm not wearing
them. Mm-hmm.
I have to figure out why this camera is so bad.
Leia, I always wanted Breadcast to have a Luna solely be giant mouth. Okay. Be careful in what you wish for. I have 3 cameras to look at now. I need to move to the central. This is not. I just moved my chair.
Look at that. Luna wants to be a centrist?
Yes.
She said she wants to move to the center.
I am an enlightened centrist.
You can see this camera now?
Yes, I can see your camera now. Very good. We haven't actually finished the green screen yet. It should have been like the green on the 2 sides too, which is that. So hopefully.
It's completely out of focus. God damn it.
Here, I put it on. I'm here, just focus on my hand, okay? This camera is totally out of focus. Hi, everybody. Hi. Wish you luck. All right, okay.
Believe it or not, we rehearsed all of this like less than 12 hours ago. Look, I'm real shiny too. It's not just you.
Yeah, babe.
I got my producer in my ears. I did ask you about the lighting. So we do have a producer now.
We do. As a matter of fact.
I don't think Luna ever managed to actually announce that. She sort of muddled it a little bit, but I'm muddling the camera, so we're all muddling. This is the beta. Welcome to the beta test. The producer says that he's not muddling. The producer is Grant, the slop stash. And we got a super chat for some reason. I don't know why.
For some reason, Dan, right?
Dan says, what background are you going to use to break in the green screen? If you haven't picked one, may I suggest outer space? Well, the long-term plan is to build hard sets.
Yeah.
And so we have this whole idea to give Luna for Mooncast a background, which will be We'll use like Christmas lights for the stars, like on Star
And then
Trek the original series.
cotton for
Get some
clouds.
cotton
Yeah.
nebulas going.
Nebula going, yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, though, Dan. But in the meantime, we probably will use the green screen, but obviously it needs to be filled in more. Oh, Grant. Well, I can't unmute you. I can't unmute my guest.
Oh, well, I can unmute myself, I guess.
Oh no, I have to mute my tab. See all the things we're learning? This is legitimately a good
Headphones.
what? Why are you saying headphones to me?
You
That
should
doesn't
wear
mean
your
anything.
headphones.
What?
You should wear your headphones, right? Oh yeah. It's so small. It's so small.
So Slop.
Yeah.
Slopstash.
Hey, how's it going? What's going on?
Oh wait, hold on. It turns out we've got name titles.
What?
This is our slop producer.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm
me.
EJ.
This is the once in a lifetime of chance that you will see our producer, right?
No,
Yeah, it is so hot
just-
in this this shed.
yeah. We have a long tradition of streaming from hot, uncomfortable places like attics, sheds,
We have a tradition of looking shiny.
terrible hotel rooms. We're all shiny. But yeah, so Grant and Slopstash, our sartorial wizard, the hair stoot one. What did you just say?
Looking shiny.
I have a lot of suits that I've worn a lot of times dry ramen, and now that we have air conditioner, I'm going to be bringing out the suits again. It's just that they all happen to smell like mildew right now because they've all been in storage for so long. But you'll see. You will see.
I was trying
Well,
to
it's
say
good.
before, like I tried to get to what in the world? Oh, because of the audio, like miss the time different or something.
It's called a delay.
A delay. I told the chat that this is once in a lifetime that you will see Grant to just try to make the chat like hype
Why do you
about
think
it.
that we're never going to show Grant again?
I don't know.
Why do you think that?
Disappointing to make the
You're just
chat.
making stuff up.
It's
George Habash says, "Welcome back, Slop." Welcome back.
Thank you back. Thank you.
To the
Thank
slop.
you. It's good to be back.
Thank you back.
Yeah, thank
They
you.
didn't thank you. You're being presumptuous with thanks.
Oh, okay. My apologies. If it's so hot, why am I wearing all that suit?
That's a really good question.
Well,
No,
see,
the hard questions for the new guy.
Well,
If it's so
this
hot,
is
why are
actually-
you wearing all suit?
Well, this suit breathes very well, actually. So
Does that big ass tie breathe well?
No, it doesn't. It is completely made of plastic, I'm pretty sure. It's very nice. And it's plastic and wool. So
What is that, like a foreign hand knot? What's the knot? What's our
No,
knot?
this is
going
a
on? Give us a
double
knot
Windsor.
report.
This is a double
Double
Windsor.
Windsor.
It was very
Ooh.
difficult with the thickness of the fabric.
I know, but it works out. It's
you.
definitely thick with 2 C's. So
I didn't plan
listen,
at all.
folks,
I'm sorry.
we have no plan. Our producer was supposed to come up with talking points for us today.
what are plans? We don't need plans. Breadcast never have any plans.
No, we do have plans. The thing is that Luna never comes up with any of the plans and thinks that we don't have plans all the time when we actually do. Because I'm the one that has to come up with the plans. Even when we bring on a producer who's supposed to produce us, we're unproduced. We stand here before you unproduced, comrade.
Well, that's why I'm
Raw.
I'm reading the chat, which I think is it's better than what y'all normally do.
Kai said that plans are capitalist. This is why we can never win.
Shit.
This is why we're plans are authoritarian.
What are you talking about? Planning?
We have to vibe our way through the revolution.
Planning is authoritarian.
Be unproducible.
Yeah.
No, this is a justified hierarchy.
So
what
I'm
are you
gonna
gonna say?
No, I was gonna say how was y'all's morning? It's a beautiful Monday morning where you are. What have
I
you been
haven't
up
even
to
looked
already?
outside yet.
We haven't even looked outside. Luna literally just rolled out of bed. If you haven't noticed,
I woke
I
up
didn't
50
notice.
minutes before the stream.
Currently, I'm having to switch the video, but we were hoping to figure. At least maybe Grant can do that to help us. That might be.
Yeah,
for Grant.
I'm pretty good at that. I'm pretty good at pressing buttons.
What do you think about? Listen, hold on, Grant. I'm going to take you off.
Alex said we have to vibe our way to the revolution.
Great. That's going to be what I'm going to be fucking known for.
Exactly.
That's going to be the one little footnote I have.
Exactly.
Is a comment I made sarcastically.
It doesn't matter how you translate the whole book about how to have a revolution, but now this is your life quote.
There's going to be some poor future EJ and Luna who are going to be like, no, you have to look at the context. It's not what EJ meant. All right, listen. Grant is still here, but you can't see him, believe it or not. It's like the wind. So what I was trying to tell you is, what do you think about the new show format?
I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of asking our audience this.
Look, you moved your chair. I told you not to move it a single inch. This is gonna be part of the show now. I have to roll Luna in periodically. We are definitely whatever.
But my camera is totally off. Look at that.
All right, well, we can fix that.
You have to spin the camera.
I will spin the camera. I'm gonna spin your chair. All right. Support the bands and respect the venue. BYOB, stay for the bands. Oh God, no drama. ACAP. Well-being for all is not a meme. Peter Kropotkin.
What is the BYOB?
Bring your own beer.
Oh, bring your own beer. Oh, I have to bring your own beer
or beverage.
All right. Okay, beverage. Okay.
That was the one contribution the producers made so far, was whispering in my ear or beverage. All right, I'm gonna go fix Luna's camera.
Fix it.
Oh, all right. We got show notes happening apparently. I don't know. Your camera looks okay to me. I'll fix it.
No, I'm like in the 45% of the other half of the screen. No.
Where do you want to be?
I want to be in the center. I'm an enlightened centrist.
You want to be the center of attention. Is that okay?
No. Oh, a little bit more.
I think the headphones was the issue.
Oh.
Are you focused?
Yes, I am focused. Yes. Okay, that's good. That's good enough. Yes. Rule of third. And Anna says. I know what that
be dominating this production so far.
The rule of third. I cannot say the syllable th well. Like the word thank you is really
By the way, this is just temporary audio. We cannot find our microphones.
Yeah.
Our microphones are packed up somewhere and we haven't found them yet.
Yeah.
So this is very much a work in progress, and we hope that you are enjoying this this chaos that is
Diamond said, bring your own books to the study group. Talking about books, we also, our book, the Dialectical Materialism, the Vietnamese curriculum of basic principle of Materialism is out last few months already, and it's available on banyanhouse.org.
Did you read that one that said, bring your own books to the study group?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
That's why I said talking about books.
So let's see. Oh, you got a bunch of starred ones, huh? Someone's been starred. No, we're not doing that one. Okay. Plot twist. Luna is EJ's boss, and she has hiring and firing power. Non-compete is anti-union. Well, the puppets. If you want to have a hot take, the puppets. We do have
the puppets.
We do have hierarchy over the puppets. They say whatever we tell them to say.
Exactly.
They have no voice of their own. These are puppet jokes I'm making. If you have a producer, this is officially a production. It's a shit show of a production, but it's a production nonetheless. What are we adding to the show?
Us, our love,
our
awesome.
Let me tell you, more camera angles.
Yeah, exactly. Two of them.
2 more camera angles. Well, 3 if you count old Slop.
Yeah, sure.
Look at this. Wait a minute. Hold on. The Slop Deucer has abandoned his post.
Look at that. Come back to your shack.
This is Slop
Producer.
Duction negligence. You split. That's right. You made like a banana and you left.
I sneezed. I'm sorry.
Sneeze cam.
I finished it. Nah, yay.
I got to be faster on the draw over here. This is why we need the Slop Deucer running the camera.
I realize you can't hear me at all. Okay, so yeah, I've got to get a hold of that switcher.
Yeah, we have a lot of technical issues to work out if you haven't noticed, but we wanted to just dry run this and see how it went. What's the new show format? Please tell me the new format is not being right wing. Okay, I will tell you the new format is not being right wing. We have no interest in changing okay, here's what won't change. Our politics, I mean, you know, we're not changing. We're not here to like tell you why we left the left or any shit like that.
But
we
why
just
did
have
you
a
leave the
producer
left?
now, and we have more cameras in the mix.
In the long run, we want to have a, like a heart, like background.
We're gonna have backgrounds eventually.
Eventually.
Now I'm me. This is a good observation. The green screen effects won't work well in the diagonal shots because the white walls are visible.
I know.
Just to show what we're
That
talking
is why we will have to finish that wall too.
We're gonna put green on this wall, and Luna's fine. Luna's set. We just need to work on the lighting a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I actually wrote
But it's all
that
gonna
in
be
the
fine
notes.
and dandy when we're done.
Mm-hmm.
We're giving you a sneak preview right now. Is what's happening. This is a sneaky preview brought to you by me and Luna.
Actually, I do not like the button cut in that A10 thing. I wish just put the camera button immediately on.
Do you know why it has the preview?
Why?
Because look, then you can get a close up and you know exactly what you're about to cut to.
But it takes half a second more every single time we push up.
That's why you got to be a pro. That's why you have to have a production experience like I do. 20 years of professional production experience and counting. But I don't want to be the one pushing these buttons anymore. That's why we got Grant.
Yeah, true.
So anyway, but we're gonna have all the green screen effects worked out. Grant's muted, so we might as well get rid of him. We don't need him.
It's gonna be fine. Just right. Maintenance in the title.
We need the minute work GIF. Slopstash, pull me up a man at work GIF. This is gonna be a first producer test. Emergency producer test. Remember back in the day on GeoCities when people were working on their website and it would be like, pardon the dust, we're working on our website. And it was like one of these numbers. I want you to pull that. Get me a copy of that. Show me that on screen. Put it on screen. This is a producer test. See, this is what Grant doesn't realize. He's got to be quick on his feet here.
Yeah.
Quick on the draw.
Quick and
We need more boom mics. We're working on it. We lost our microphones.
we lost 3 microphones, which is very weird.
We have this. We have a microphone. I even lost that one. I don't even know where the one microphone we didn't lose went.
So we lost a microphone that we didn't lose.
We lost the microphone that we didn't lose.
Yeah.
Unless you know where it is. The one that I lost on the road? Is that a road microphone joke? That's right.
Oh, the dead cat. That's
Can't hear
sorry.
Grant. You could just ignore Grant
Oh, ignore Grant.
for now. Do we have a will be bet right back screen? We did have the Simpsons technical problem standby.
Oh, we
screen.
did.
Grant, where's my minute work gift? This is too much delay. This is the gags running out of steam. Do any of these new people have hiring and firing? No, we're a cooperative. Grant has been a part of the cooperative for a long time, for like a year now.
Yeah.
More than a year, probably. We made an announcement video. Go watch it. You'll see it. Fully equal. We're like the Three Musketeers. One for all and all for me and Grant and Luna.
But this is one of the very rare time in our webcast when there's no construction noise.
See, she says that, and now we're going to get some kind of noise. Luna doesn't understand the dialectical materialist nature of luck. Oh, this isn't how this works, Grant. I don't want to be the one to pull it up. Oh, do you not have producer privileges? Do I need to make you a producer?
Present, yeah.
Can you do that? Do you have producer privileges?
You do.
Because if not, we need. All right. Bill's excited for the new format. I hope you all realize, by the way, that this is not going as well as it will in the future. We are learning a lot. This is Dialectical Materialism in action. This is my screen for my stream elements and other things.
You don't even use it now.
I'm checking it periodically, Luna. Why don't you worry about your own screen and your own stream elements?
I see.
Everyone's on my case today.
Yes.
So, Luna.
Yes.
What did you learn this week?
What did I learn this week? I
still haven't got my minute word GIF up on the screen yet.
I learned a lot of stuff in this week. I worked my ass off this week.
Those two things aren't necessarily related, are they?
Thank you.
What did you learn through your industry, through your labor? What did you learn through the labor of your own hands? Tubbo's being a critic. A peanut gallery has formed. All right, Tubbo. You know what? I have 20 years of production experience. I'm a little rusty, I'm not gonna lie. Look at that. It's not moving. It's an unanimated GIF. Look at this. You know what's sad is that Grant and I have actually been working together doing production work for like 15 years. And this is still what we get, an unanimated GIF.
Who closed the door?
Go open it.
You.
My darling.
It was you who closed the door.
Did I close the door?
Yes.
When did I close it? Why would I close it? Oh, this is a good one from Kai. Retrospective of the different broadcast versions. Breadcast 1.0 was short-lived. Breadcast 1.0 was when it was just me alone. And I don't think that lasted long. How long did that last? A couple
Three
months?
months.
3 months? I don't even think we have any of those VODs up anymore. And we shouldn't because they're junk. They're trash. So I'm quack. There we go. I don't know why it's got to be a window share. All right. Well, this is progress. This is progress. Progress is being made. See, but the reason I wanted to show that GIF, folks, was because this is us. That's what we got going on right now. Wait, hold on. This is what's happening. This is a metaphor for my life right now. All right. I finally got what I wanted and I'm happy. Okay, so Breadcast 1.0 was just me solo. Breadcast 2.0 was these two jokers you see on the screen right now, Luna and EJ. That's when Luna really kind of stole the show and stole all of your hearts and became the central meme. And Breadcast 3.0 has this little joker over here.
Yeah.
Now, here's what's really funny. Wait. What's really funny is that Grant won't even be with us next week. It's going to just be me and Luna again. We're going to have to go back to the basics. But that's us. Oh, Eisling has been here since 1.0, apparently.
Ayo!
How many people have been here since 1.0? How many people have been here since the beginning of 2.0?
Wow.
That's a question. Luna, I feel like we didn't learn what you learned this week.
I learned how to, I squat a lot this week. A lot. Because I had to work on the floor, you know?
Yeah.
And I realized that I am having a privilege over a lot of people who cannot squat. Because this is the thing that only people who can squat can work well. Because if you knee down for days on end like that, even with your knee pads, you're gonna hurt a lot. And it does remind me of the time, when I was working in my rice farm in my hometown a lot. I working like days on end, kneeing down and squatting down the whole time like that on my rice farm. Pain.
We got a few people. Actually, a lot of people here have been around since before 2.0. John Q. Brown.
Uh-huh.
Salami, you've been here since before last Thursday, unless you're a different Salami. We might have more than one lunch meet,
Maybe that's
comrades.
different brand of salami.
All right, just to be clear here, we didn't really phase out the puppets. What happened was our last location, our last studio was really bad, terrible working conditions, and we didn't want to subject the puppets to them, basically.
Yeah.
So the puppets are actually coming back. That's going to be part of Breadcast 3.0.
Yeah.
The puppets are coming back.
I think they are forming a union. I heard.
They've had a union. They're a co-op too. They're a puppet co-op. We are a confederation of cooperatives. The non-compete cooperative and the Breadville puppet cooperative have formed a confederation, which Luna's most recent video will tell you is the starting point of democratic centralism.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Luna? You can watch Luna's new video
Exactly.
on that if you want to learn more. So the puppets will be coming back.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually over there right now, but they're not agreed to come on screen yet. They don't want to come on screen for the beta because they don't want to be associated with all this bull mess. So anyway, that's coming in. That's coming out soon. They're very sleepy. It's very early in the morning, and they have still not.
Hey, creative experiment. So that when was 1.0 been watching for a while? When was 1.0?
1.0 was a long time ago.
2018.
2018, I think. So, you know, we've been in the 2.0 era for a long time. The last year or so, especially when we're in the USA, was very bare bones, skeleton crew life support situation. So we have we are hoping to now you could think of the USA as the cocoon from which the butterfly that is Breadcast 3.0 will emerge. So that's where we are.
There's an emoji for Glue and
Glue and Necky Beard. Who will be back. They will be back. I didn't realize there was still this much demand and appetite for puppets.
Yeah, right.
But they will return. I don't know what. Yeah, I'm skeptical about that. So I don't know why this. How do you stop an Android from turning off the screen?
You have to go to the setting and set the time, screen time.
Oh,
to the longest.
I'm not going through all that right now. We'll just have to keep returning it on and off. Okay.
From an attic to your own green screen studio, Bill.
Oh, we went through a lot of phases. We went from our bedroom to our guest bedroom to a tiny little closet to an attic. This is the first time I think I would really call what we have a studio. So
yeah. What Glue has been dreaming about the last year?
Say that again.
Since all the puppets are sleeping, do you know what Glue been dreaming about last year?
What has Glue been dreaming about for the last year? Well, Glue hasn't just been sleeping this whole time. I don't know if you think that's how puppets work. Glue's been active and busy. Glue has been. Glue went to Prague.
Prague? What is Prague?
Prague, the city.
Oh.
And made some lifelong friends. Spent most of COVID in
COVID. They
working on his body,
too, right? Breadville quarantine.
Glue's a lot beefier than you remember him. He got a home gym like right at the beginning of the lockdown.
Wow.
His stick is like
buffy now.
It's like dummy thick.
Okay.
Dummy thick stick on Glue. And he is very excited to come back and show off his new bod. And Luna doesn't seem very impressed.
Yeah. Thinking about Professor Carrot too.
Professor Carrot has been one step ahead of Glue the whole time. Why do you think Glue ended up in Prague? Smelled carrots. All right. So.
Oh, Turbo, bye.
Thanks for joining, Turbo. We will see you anon. Who's been watching a bunch of Bob Ross? Yeah. Yes, that's right, Diamond. Glue went to Prague to check out the famous Puppets of Prague and to drink the Czech beer. Not ironing the green screen. Oh, you'll see. We got a steamer. We ordered a steamer. It's coming.
It came. It already came.
It's already there. We're going to unpack it right after
to...
the show. It's a beta. You're beta testing. We're all betas right now. Every single one of us is a beta. I want to know what. So here's my question. Since we're all obsessed with the, hierarchy and hiring and firing power and all that, and we got a lot of questions about that. I want to know, what's the audience bringing to the table for Breadcast 3.0? What are you going to do?
What are you bringing?
What are you adding to this mix? How is the audience developing for Breadcast 3.0?
Right.
Because I don't know. I think it's a little bit, it's unfair that all of the onus is on us to bring you new stuff, new camera angles.
It should
ironing the green screen. Like they're barking out orders to us now. Iron your green screen. Like you got all this expectation for what we need to do. I want to know what you're going to do. Glue is into hops, but you know who really loves hops is Charlie the rabbit.
Ooh.
And Super Jumpleman. Which one would be the more obvious joke there? I don't know. We got nothing from the audience so far. Bill just let us know that Bill's a slacker.
What does that mean?
Slacker is a person who doesn't. You're a slacker. A person who doesn't want to do anything, which is what you say all the time. I'm not making this up.
My literal dream is just lay down my bed and do absolutely nothing. It's so hard to achieve that dream, though.
Gio says, I got some 3D printers. Need anything printed? Now that's interesting. We have a 3D printer.
I need to learn 3D.
But we don't know how to use it.
Design, yeah.
Can you print us a 3D tutorial on how to use a 3D printer? No, that is actually interesting. If you're serious, maybe we could think of some way to use some 3D printing. I never thought about that, but that would be interesting.
Well.
Don't get my words twisted here. I'm not saying the audience has never been helpful. We say all the time that we learn a lot more from the audience than the audience.
Whenever we have a question, just say it and then the chat will know.
But I want to know how are you upping the ante? That's what I'm asking. Grant's laughing at the way I said it. What am I supposed to say? Ante? Up the ante? How do you say it, Grant? How do you say it? How do you say it? Up the ante.
The fuck are you talking about?
Grant says up the ante, which sounds dirty to me.
Oh, yeah, kind of dirty, even though I don't understand what it means.
Up the ante. How do you spell it in French? I mean, how do you pronounce it in French?
I
was about to ask, how do you spell
Antonio Oliva is ante. Ante. So it is right. Or what?
All right, look.
Ante.
What do you got? You got something to say, Grant? You're muted or something.
Up the ante. I'm not muted.
Nobody can hear you. Oh, I can't hear you.
No, I just turned off my mic on y'all side.
Well, don't ever do that. That's how we hear you. What were you saying?
I was just saying it's
tell me how you say it.
Up the ante.
Ante. Everybody says ante.
I don't think that the French have the sound eh.
It's not. It doesn't matter. We're speaking English.
Isn't it French? It comes from French.
It is, but we don't say everything.
It comes
French.
from antedate.
It's ante, not ante.
Antedate. Antedon. I don't know.
Oh, I don't care.
It's not French, is it? That's Greek?
Is it?
Latin? Come on, we got a classicist on the show right now.
It's English.
I know it's English, but what's its origin story?
That's how it's pronounced here. I don't know what the etymology of ante is.
Piana and Rosa, who the heck say ante?
All right, look.
Look.
Everyone doesn't like the way I say ante. Luna, okay, I finally has something to contribute that's not What that wasn't. Wait, what I mean was I wasn't contributing anything, and Luna wasn't contributing anything. So I stepped into that's. I'm digging myself deeper.
Yes,
anyway,
exactly.
I said the ante. Oh, I like the little pronunciation guide you put in there. Thank you. Is the money you put in the pot before you play a hand of poker. It's the prefix that means before.
I see. So ante is a prefix. I see.
I don't know why everyone's being so prescriptive with the way you pronounce ante.
They're all linguists. What are you talking about?
Oh, say that again, Grant. Everyone wants to know what you're saying. Share this with the class.
I was just saying it's about reducing confusion. Ante is
really?
commonly accepted. I'm not being prescriptive.
Did you know what I meant?
Want.
Did you know what I meant when I said it? Were you confused?
I was confused.
What were you confused about? You didn't know.
Thought maybe it was a relative of yours.
Ante is a relative.
It does sound like
interesting.
That.
Interesting you would say that.
All right. You know what? I have the power to get rid of you. All right. Antecedent. Is it antecedent or antecedent?
Oh my goodness.
Wait, I do have a question for you, Grant. Sorry, I'm bringing you back.
Yeah, it's antecedent.
I've noticed this thing. I think that we've had a shift in at least one word in the way one word is pronounced.
No.
Okay, go on.
What is the word again? I've just noticed there's this one word that people keep pronouncing. Oh, I'm blowing this. I'm blowing it. I forgot the word.
We started. What syllable does it start?
No, we're not playing that game. It'll come back to me. We're moving on.
My goodness.
I blew it.
Just pull it back in whenever.
This is why we need a plan. This is why we need a plan. If there's one lesson we learned from this beta test, it's that a plan is valuable and it's not authoritarian. There's this word
antidote?
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with the word anti at all.
Hi.
Which y'all have bullied me into saying anti.
Is it about the antepenultimate syllable and how that's commonly the point of stress in English?
No. Smarty farty. Get out of here. It doesn't matter.
It's gonna haunt me. It's gonna haunt you.
I know. It's just something that I've just noticed people are saying this one word differently, but I can't remember what the word is now, so it doesn't matter. Moving on. There's a reason. Okay, here's one thing that I thought about talking about. I actually did have a plan. It's a very small one, but let's work on it, okay?
You do have a plan?
Sort of. So this episode that you're watching right now is a great metaphor for dialect. It's not a metaphor, it's an application of dialectical materialism. Because what are you doing? You're on the camera right now, you're close up. All right, starting all over, reset.
ADHD.
This is not simply a matter of ADHD. ADHD can be sometimes for some people like me can be a benefit, but you have to do things like plan your shit so that you're not entrenched in chaos like we are. All right. Dialectical materialism is all about a feedback loop between theory and practice. So when we were talking about doing this new show format where we have a producer and we have multiple cameras and that sort of thing, are you sleepy? Sit up.
I am. I slept like 6 hours last night. Less than that.
Can you let me get through this?
Yes.
All right. Be attentive.
I'm trying.
Pay attention. Be happy to be here.
Sorry. Apologies.
I'm gonna have to put on Luna's close-up camera.
Oh, God damn it, no!
To make sure. All right. So the dialectical materialism is all about the feedback loop.
Yes.
Between theory and practice.
Yes.
So when we were talking about doing this new format where we have 3 cameras and a producer, adding a lot more complication to the stream, what we decided to do was to just rip off the Band-Aid and just try it with a basic minimal setup like we've got right now. And we will learn from this practical experience, right? Because look, we could sit here and plan. Now, here's the bad part about planning. Here's the downside of planning, right? We could sit here and plan and prepare and talk about how to run the show till the cows come home. But at the end of the day, you got to get down there and do some practice to figure out what works and what doesn't work. Last night, we had believe it or not, we had a dry run, right? We had a rehearsal.
Yes.
Made sure that everything basically worked, right? That's practice. So I know this sounds a little bit basic, but the reason this is important is because all too often, especially in the West, well, really specifically in the West, communists are all about theory and planning about what life will be like after the revolution in these like utopian ways, but no one wants to actually do the real practice and get out there and actually start doing shit. So this is our wake-up call to all of you who have been theorizing and dreaming of revolution. Just get out there and do something, even if it sucks like what you're watching right now.
Yeah, even if it sucks.
At least we're doing something and we're learning and we will improve. Theoretically, next week's show will be better because of the lessons we're learning today. Wow, we got a great, huge super chat from Spirit Mayo. Thank you so much. Spirit Mayo says, hey, JJ, hey, EJ and Luna. Just want to say, miss you to it and everyone else. I'm sorry for being idle for a year without letting anyone know.
Yeah.
That is true.
I haven't seen you in a long time.
Where have you been?
Yeah.
I know I stopped being online a lot to work on my mental health. That's very good.
That's good. Yes.
And my mental health has been better after a year and my GED. Hell yes, comrade. That is awesome to hear. Thank you. The triumphant return of Spirit Mail. I hope we'll see you more often. But if not, that's fine. If you got to spend more time working on your mental health or anything else, leveraging that new GED you got, that's fine. There's absolutely no pressure to be here, but we're glad you're here. And, we do hope to see more of you as your as your mental
I am
health
very, very, very happy. Yes. And I mean, if going offline is better for your mental health, I really encourage you to do that because.
All right, hot take. We could all stand to be offline a little more.
Be offline.
Yes, being offline is no shame whatsoever.
Exactly.
But we're glad to have you back in our company nonetheless. Yeah.
Read it.
I had a job interview and made sure my audio setup worked, and then the day of the interview, my audio setup didn't work anymore. Welcome to the world of streaming. This is what happens, folks.
Anything can happen anytime. Anything can go wrong.
Whatever can go wrong will go wrong, right, Luna?
Yes, exactly.
So, like, for instance, the fact that these cameras were out of focus, even though I definitely checked the focus last night. We need to get fixed lenses for all these cameras.
I mean, yes, we do read tweet chat.
We read all the chats.
Yeah.
We got them all here.
Yes.
Overthrow Media BP says green screen on fleek. What do you think of the multiple camera situation? Is that fleek enough for you? How you doing, BP? Sorry. I guess I should not put it on my close-up when I'm reading the chat. This is, by the way, the producer's job, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to put it on starred chat for a little while, and we're going to see how the Slopstash does at producing for a little while. Let's see. All right. Well, let's see. Let's just. I'm looking now. We're having a little spat, but you can't hear half of it. I can't believe you would say such a thing, Grant. I can't believe you would say such a terrible, terrible thing. I have all the power, truly. Okay. Oh no. Are you kidding? You can't wait. Really?
Wait a minute. Is Mark Clubin still watching now, Mark Clubin?
Go ahead and send a new meeting invite, I guess. We can't use Google Meet because apparently it times out after like 2 hours, which is ridiculous.
Mark Clubin in the chat because 18 hours ago, I received a donation from Mark Clubin.
A pre-donation?
Yeah, pre-donation.
What does it say?
It say why you need a party mooncast ship for the last mooncast.
Oh,
Aww.
you could see it as a pre-donation or as a post-donation.
Yeah.
Either way, we appreciate it so much. Thank you,
Yes.
that was a great stream. Everyone, check out Luna Oi Live if you're not already watching on Luna Oi Live. We do simulcast on 4 different channels: Mooncast Live, Non-Compete Live on YouTube, and also Twitch Non-Compete and Twitch Luna Oi. Here's an interesting topic we could talk about for a little while. Zero Goddess says, less internet. I don't know. I say we need more public spaces on it instead of social digital gatherings dependent on a bunch of billionaires. Yeah, the internet is falling apart, isn't it? It's interesting. I think something I read. I read an article recently that said the headline was like, Threads is something along the lines of like Threads is not taking off, or Threads is like dying or something like that. You know, the new Facebook app Threads that's like the Twitter clone. And it said like Threads is failing, but so is every other platform. And I think that's a pretty good, I mean, it's pretty accurate. Like social media, I think everyone's kind of sick of corporate bullshit, right?
Yeah, I am.
Sick of
If you're not, I am.
I have like no. I got off Facebook like 3 or 4 years ago. I got off Twitter like 2 or 3 years ago. I just really don't find the corporate social media feed, like the endless feed of a bunch of strangers yelling at each other and at me, interesting anymore.
Yeah. Like what I said in my last mooncast. I mean, talk about, how, organizing in real life and going actually you work with people in real life would help you understand a lot. Because like this long story short, I just talk about this briefly, and because like I have been a member of the Communist Youth Union since 2009, so like nearly 15 years, and I never stopped working with the community and helping people who are in need. But in the last few years, when I started this YouTube channel, so I got dragged a little bit into the sphere drama, or like all the cloud chasers. And like what happening like in the last few years, that I got targeted and attacked and harassed a lot, and that was very bad for my mental health, to be honest. Like, and it was so bad that I had to disappear from social media for at least a few months last year to get off of it. But then I because of that, I started to go back to my organizing work, and in the last 2 weeks, I just had a trip with the Communist Youth Union. We went to a remote area and build a road and playground for people up there. I mean, that time made me realize a lot about how not important those dramas are. It's so much not important. And once you got outdoor, and if you can be able to to go help people organize out there, it makes you feel like, yes, your life is meaningful again. And those dramas, they act like they're so important, but it's just not. No people in real life know who they are. Nobody care, and they don't have any actual like changing. They cannot change anything in real life.
Did you hear, by the way, that Elon Musk is changing the name of Twitter, I guess, and the logo to like X?
Excuse me?
The 90s are back, folks.
Extreme now?
We're about to get extreme social media from Elon Musk. Actually, the Slopstash has a tweet. Our good producer, if you want to follow the Slopstash on Twitter, at the Slopstash, says no one is going to call it that, which, yes.
Are you on X?
Wait, did Elon Musk do this like boomer thing and he bought X.com or something? He probably spent like
probably a lot, hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy the X.com or X.net.
Hundreds of thousands. You're talking millions for a domain like that, I bet.
Millions,
for one letter to a one-letter domain.
Really? I didn't know that.
I'm sure. Yeah, it's hilarious. I mean, they're all scrambling. No one really knows what to do. I don't think anybody kind of, one of the things about capitalism you'll notice is that no matter what paradigm we're currently in, the market and capitalists operate as though it will maintain that status quo forever. It's like there's not this expectation that everything's going to change. It's kind of like before the dot-com boom, everyone just felt and operated like GM and GE and all of those old school corporations were going to be just like the big badasses forever. And then like Google and Amazon and all these other things came in and disrupted it. And then for years, for like the last 20 years, everyone's been like, oh yeah, Apple and Amazon and Google and Twitter and Facebook, they're going to be big forever. And I think everyone, I don't know, like they get comfortable, right? Because they just have these things that they're like money-making machines. Okay, actually, can you send that to me on Google Chat, Grant? Okay.
Got it.
So anyway, there's more to be said about this. Just a moment. We're going to have a better solution for this next time. Stand by, folks. See, we're learning. We've learned that we can't use Google Meet for this application.
That's so weird.
Corporate
Here's the thing, EJ. I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I am being tested by the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Like this earphone of mine, it used to be the two different sides. Like why they are like the same side right now? I don't get it.
Because I was gonna try to steal your cable.
So that was you.
Yeah, but you don't need two headphones. Here's what I do.
I do not need two headphones. I was like, okay. Oh
Here's
my
my-
God.
here's my trick.
My question is
I was trying to steal your
answered.
cable because you broke my cable.
okay. You didn't tell me that. I was so scared.
I mean, I didn't mean to put it on backwards. That was an accident. All
I
right.
was like, wait a minute. What?
Focus. We're coming back to the
Okay.
social media topic. And then we have a question from Antonio Oliver about Vietnam. But
Oh,
Tebo says, I think Mastodon is great, but the barrier to entry is too high. It's difficult. It's a difficult problem to solve without compromising the principles it was designed around. So, all right, here's my hot take about this. I dare say I was like very early to the Mastodon party.
mhm.
I was pitching and promoting Mastodon like at least as early as 2019, if not earlier.
Mhm.
And I really thought that Mastodon was going to be like the solution to things like Facebook and Twitter.
Mhm.
I'm not so convinced about platforms that are based on that sort of like theory, or what would you call it? Like, come on, Grant, you're the wordsmith. That category. Never mind. It turns out our producer wasn't even listening. All right. We got a huge super chat I got to
Yes.
address. Oh my gosh. All right, let me wrap up my terrible thought.
Exactly. I'm waiting for you to wrap up your thought. Wrap up your thought. You lost it. ADHD.
I thought that Mastodon, okay, here's the problem. All of these things like Mastodon and Blue
Yeah.
Sky,
Yeah.
they are, I would say, improvements.
Yeah.
Because
Threat
they
too. Threat is
put
like
the
new
community more, they give the community a little bit more control, right? But I think the problem comes down to the fact that these corporate style platforms, the ones that are based on or clones of things like Twitter and Facebook, the real problem is that they don't address alienation. In fact, they, in my opinion, all of these types of platforms exacerbate alienation.
Yeah.
Here's what I mean by that. You have this endless feed
Mm-hmm.
of people you don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Strangers,
Mm-hmm.
just posting whatever and competing for engagement. It's all about competition, right? I mean, that's why they have the little like counter, you know. There's something like just alone being able to see like the number of likes something has lends itself to competition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Reddit's the same way. You know, you're trying to Reddit is all about trying to make a post that gets as many boosts as possible, upvotes as possible,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's all like everyone's constantly voting and, you know, basically giving this. Oh, hello, the Good Morty. Welcome.
Yo.
Wait a minute. Oh, this is a good. Okay, hold on. I thought that the super chat was going to be more like a question, but it's just non-compete forever. Thank you, Kelly Lee. Hell yeah.
Amazing.
We really appreciate that. I mean, especially on this day when the non-compete cooperative is coming together closer than ever. And as much as we rib the gentle, you got to be on your toes, Grant.
I didn't realize it was going to come up that fast.
You might be summoned at any moment.
Uh-huh.
That is true.
You can't be picking your nose off camera because at any moment we might be summoning you. No, but Grant is part of non-compete, has been part of non-compete for what feels like forever now.
Oh, Grant.
Since
So remind that I need to bring water too.
Will you bring me some water too?
Yes.
Don't forget you have your back hook.
Mm.
That's that needs to be part of the planning process, Luna, is hydration.
Yes.
Hydration. We'll have hydration breaks.
Hydration. We should have had water ready to go already. So thank you, Kelly. We do appreciate you. That's very, very kind of you. Luna said thank you from off mic. Zero Gunna said the headphone betrayal double cross. I didn't mean to double cross you, Luna. All right. But these social media platforms, they are built on a foundation of competing for attention.
Yeah.
It's not about building community. It's not.
It's about clout and engagement. And what they want to push is negative engagement.
I'm drinking out of a fucking light bulb right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to ask why you're looking so funny at that.
This is literally a broken light bulb Luna just turned into a cup. So waste not, want not.
I think that should be good as long as there's not mercury in it.
No, it's an LED, so there's no.
It's the LED, so.
Anyway, so what's the solution? I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. I think it's something more like, I think we should be thinking about quality over quantity here. It's kind of like how, honestly, Luna and I do not have a huge audience. Mm-hmm. And if we wanted a huge audience, we know exactly what we could do.
We know the exact.
We could go into the whole drama sphere and we could start spending most of our time talking about.
You're going to go into drama sphere, just talk about dramas all day and great beef with people. I'm going to be Jeremy Park.
Yeah, if Luna wanted to make a lot of money really fast and get a huge audience, she just has
Vietnam defector.
Yeah, Vietnam.
And pay like thousands of dollars to go on stage and live our own country. Yay.
Right. But Luna's not going to do that. And anyway, the point is, our community is kind of small, but I think pretty developed. Mm-hmm. And I think that I don't know. On that note of us trying to support each other, I have an email from one of our longtime comrades of the show. Hold on. Oh, I have a couple of emails.
Hey.
El Sinistero. Okay, before I get to the email I planned on, I got a surprise email. From El Sinistero, who's been a friend of the show for a long time, has a YouTube channel now. I will definitely check that out.
Oh.
And then next week, after we've watched some videos and stuff, we will give you a full report. Thank you, El Sinistero.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not what I intended to read, though. Hold on, I'm trying to find. I guess it's a different account.
David asked, "Oh, is this what Oz feels like? Very green." We are the Wizards of Oz.
We are the revolutionary.
Oh my gosh!
Front.
My arm, you can see I have a bruise all over my arm.
That's what I want to see. Is the Wizard of Oz public domain? Grant, tell us if the Wizard of Oz is public domain.
Yeah.
Do a little research.
Google.
Oh, because I joined a new thing and it did that. Anyway, I turned it off. Listen. Tell me if the Wizard of Oz is public domain, because I have a great idea for a new franchise. If not, we could do it with King Kong or something. I don't know. But all right, the Wizard of Oz is in the public domain.
Yay! The book.
Who cares about
Who cares?
We'll make our own.
The book.
We'll make our own aesthetics.
Yes.
But the idea is the Wizard of Oz has been deposed by bourgeois revolution. Mm-hmm. It's 200 years later. Mm-hmm. The people of Oz have been mired under the boot of capitalism for generations. Mm-hmm. And now it is time for the communists of Oz to
Mm.
rise up
Mhm.
in revolution.
The communist wizards.
There's the
of
prompt.
Oz.
There's your writing prompt.
Yes.
You know what?
Yes. It's public domain, but only the book, not the movie.
Look, the chat was faster than our producer. Maybe we don't need a producer. Grant's real mad because he said that's not true.
Yep.
All right, listen. All right, Mr. Piece of Work is a comrade of ours, okay? And has been, in the audience for a long, long time. And I'll tell you what. I thought about this. I think the best thing to do is if you are interested in what I'm about to tell you, then email me. Grant will put my email address. We'll just put the non-compete co-op at Gmail address up, Grant. non-compete-coop@gmail.com if you want to respond to the serious responses only, please. And I will be, weeding out the chaff. But so our comrade here basically needs employment. And what are you laughing about, Grant? You don't know how to make banners? Make a banner. non-compete-coop@gmail.com. I just want it right here.
What are you doing, EJ?
I'm telling everyone about a comrade who's in crisis right now.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, please.
Okay, jeez Louise. All right, Mr. Piece of Work has been in the chat for years.
Yes.
I've got an ad basically from our comrade here who says, desperately in need of income in Texas. I'm not going to say the city name.
Yes.
For obvious reasons. In Texas, 52-year-old male who has not been in the job market for a full decade now.
Wow.
I'm reading the ad that they wrote. I am autistic, so I do much better when I'm working alone. I have found employment in the past as a clerk in a small boutique IP law firm, then as an AP clerk in a large law firm. With the large law firm, I was exposed to 2 different proprietary database systems and picked up on both quickly. I've also finished a bookkeeping course with flying colors, so I'm well-versed with GAAP. I'm looking for a position I can do from home as I do not have access to a vehicle nor any access to public transportation where they live in Texas. I have great discipline and do not watch any TV whatsoever or use social media much at all. That's topical to what we were discussing today. They have a robust working knowledge of HTML and CSS and use a Linux operating system to compute and write on the small internet. So familiar with shell access and command line. There we go. So you can email me and I will pass your information along to Mr. Piece of Work if you need some help with databases or bookkeeping or anything like that. I think we should support our comrades as we can. So
yes, absolutely.
Pass that along, so.
Hope that our comrade will, things will get better on our comrades and soon.
Absolutely. All right. The Good Morty just found out an important stats buff fact that being in chat is +10 to your intelligence trait.
No.
Characteristic.
Okay.
What do you call those, Grant? I'm losing all my role-playing terminology. Attribute. Oh man. We could have some great discourse about attributes in role-playing games and how they're pretty much bullshit, right? I think Breadcast is not in Kansas. That's true.
Well,
actually, I've only been in Kansas once. I rode all the way across Kansas on a motorcycle, long way.
Is that like the flat and boring?
It's like nothing but fields and fields of corn.
Wow. Would it drive you nuts?
I mean, it was like very mind-numbing. It was very like hypnotic, and you would just be so like it's hard to focus, especially because there were no cars either when I was driving through. I mean, there's very little traffic, so you're just alone on this long
cornfield,
straight road, and there's nothing but roads around. But there was one really cool city in Kansas that I stopped in, Salinas, I think. Nice little town. Anyway, Blue Swallow. Good night. Good night. Good night. Thank you for joining us. By the way, hey. Okay. Twitch is streaming. Just so everyone knows.
Oh, wait. Show that again.
What?
We put that thing. What's
Roll for initiative. Yep, that's the one of the die for streamers. You'll act last. Well, that's the delay factor. The delay factor.
Yes. Swam Goth said, Star starts looking like he's coming live from the 80s in a good way. Look at that.
Grant is our disheveled.
Oh, I am sweating all straight from the 80s.
Yeah. What was that guy's name on WKRP Cincinnati? Doesn't matter. But that's what you look like.
Thanks. It's a good show.
Was WKRP? No one ever watched that show except for me. No, I was going to go somewhere with that. Oh, the new time slot. What do we think about that? How's that working out in terms of practice?
What do you think about the time?
I will say our audience is definitely smaller right now, which I expected.
Yes, because
I thought it would be smaller.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like half of what we usually get. This is about 66% of what we usually get. The Good Morning's dad talked about the Thanksgiving episode of WKRP all the time. I remember there being something about the Thanksgiving episode of WKRP, but I don't remember what it was exactly. There was like something. Didn't somebody die or something? Like a main cast member or something? Did I just spoil it? Or am I just wrong?
Spirit mail.
It was a long ass drive through a flat ass state. That's great. I thought that was very funny.
It doesn't exist in Vietnam because our country is so thin and skinny. And one of that, like, it ranges from, it's skinny, but it ranges from like mountain range to the coastline very, 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 very quick. So like a whole flat area is super rare. With the flattest area that we have is the Mekong Delta. I guess that. But even if it's flat, it still has a lot of like canals and rivers. You have to go through bridges like that. So it's kind of very strange kind of geography that doesn't exist in Vietnam. Very interesting. Just flat. Interesting.
I saw some flat desert land in right here near Da Nang.
But it's not that
It was pretty big. It was like 10 minutes of driving.
Oh my gosh, compared to Kansas.
Well, I know.
Hours.
For Vietnam.
10 minutes is laughable.
At 30 kilometers per hour.
Oh, it's 30 kilometers per freaking hour, like 20 miles.
Apparently, okay, I'm not going to read the Good Morning's answer because I don't want to spoil it just in case, but because somebody might want to watch every episode of WKRP Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And they don't want to have the Thanksgiving episode run.
Mm-hmm.
All right, a lot of people say they appreciate the earlier start. Of course, we have a little bit of a survivor bias here.
Yeah.
The people who are sitting there are the ones who are watching. So if you're watching this VOD later and you're mad because we're not streaming later, be sure to sound off in the comments.
Yeah.
Or if you're watching the VOD later and you might be
You can scream at us. You can be mad at us. We take it.
We accept your anger. Anyway, yeah. So we'd like to know. Oh yeah, now it's all coming back to me. Grant just tied it all together. What time is it in Vietnam right now? It's 8:13 a.m. We're gonna go for about 47 more minutes. We're not doing this yet, but one thing we're considering is switching to a 90-minute format and then having a 30-minute after party if we hit the stream goal. But we've had enough super chats now that we've definitely hit the stream goal anyway. So we'll do our full 2-hour block tonight, no matter what. Yeah, Nemo, we have a studio. Check this out. Now you get to see more of me.
Yeah.
Look how
happy. Because I see my bruise on my arm so clearly.
How did you bruise your arm?
No, it's not. It's yeah.
What did you do? Did you even figure out what you did?
I don't even know. I guess because of I work on the floor. I work on the construction, work on the floor, and I just lean on my knee.
Let's count our injuries right now from moving in construction.
Oh gosh, this
cut. We got one bruise. One cut thumb. We both cut the same thumb.
Yeah, well, no, I have like 4 cuts on 6 fingers.
I have 1, 2 cuts, and then a cut on my hand.
This is the fingers that I use a lot, and moving the tires and the floor thing. So like they all like kind of. I can't use glove, but I think that this afternoon I will use ergo, the band-aid to cover all 6 of my fingers. Yeah.
Finger gloves. I had the worst.
Oh my God.
Worst toe stubbing of my life.
It.
I stubbed my pinky toe on my right foot.
It was bleeding terribly.
Luna was my Luna mended me.
Hey, sa.
Anyway, be careful where you step, folks. You never know. Well, that's what we just did. We just compared scars like a scene.
Of course, like countless number of bruises on my leg too.
Like gangs of New York over here. So we got about.
Even your heart is broken.
All right, so listen. We got about 45 minutes left, and we still don't have a plan. So someone's got to put us on track here. Grant, I see you leaning back. You look pretty comfortable.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, so I mean, I was checking emails over here.
They must be personal emails since I don't think you have access to the work emails.
Well, no, I was doing a search for.
If only I had hiring and firing power.
If only.
I'm starting to rethink this whole cooperative thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a question for myself. Antonio Lieber, the one who's going to Vietnam very, very soon.
I forgot about this. That'll give us at least 10 minutes, I think.
Damn you.
Any good recommendation for where to go while in Vietnam in September?
Oh, my goodness. It depends a lot on where you're going, the north, the south, or the center. But I will give you some location. But, if you're going to the north, which is Hanoi, you can visit, of course, Hanoi City, which is the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, a very historical site. You can check out Hanoi food. Hanoi is famous for its food, so you must check it out. Phở and bánh mì and all kind of a bunch of other food. Bánh cuốn is so good too. You can, if you love the mountain, you can go to Hà Giang.
Can't believe you didn't mention Bún Chả.
Bún Chả. Bún Chả, I miss it now. Oh, if you love the mountain, Hanoi is a big city. So if you love the mountain, you can go all the way to up north, go to Hà Giang mountain range. You can meet, ethnic minority Hmong people over there. You can go to Sapa. You can have a hiking trip. If you go to the center of Vietnam, you can check out Ninh Bình as a beautiful historical site with, like the King Kong movie was shot over there. So they're extremely beautiful. You can sit on the boat and going around the caves, the water cave, beautiful. The food also good. Go further south, you can go to Da Nang, where we are living right now. It's in the, the city next to the ocean. It's absolutely beautiful. The weather is nice. Huế, with our old palace. In Ho Chi Minh City, two big city. I mean, the Củ Chi tunnels and all the site. And that's it. I mean, you can literally visit everywhere in Vietnam. It's beautiful everywhere.
That's a really long way of saying just go everywhere.
Yeah, just go everywhere.
I would ask more questions. Oh, we got rated.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Who rated us? Producer, go to the Twitch.
Producer, who rated us?
You have to go to the Twitch channel. It won't tell us in StreamYard.
Yeah.
This is a producer duty.
Hola, everyone.
It might even be too late because I think Twitch maybe doesn't show the whole chat. I don't know how Twitch works. Twitch is a bad.
But people in the chat will tell us, right?
Do they have Hoot TL in the north?
No. Hủ Tiếu is only in the south. It's a southern food.
There's probably a restaurant in Hanoi somewhere.
Probably. I mean, it's probably a Saigon restaurant in Hanoi that sells hủ tiếu. I'm just saying, like, hủ tiếu is traditionally not a northern food. Okay. It's so good.
Huế is beautiful. You also have to go to Hoi An.
Huế and Hoi An and Da Nang. That's the
You might as well visit all three because they're very close to each other.
Very close, yeah.
$27 is the Raiders.
Oh, $27?
Welcome, $27 Raiders. We appreciate you coming in. Look, once again, the chat was faster than the producer. I'm busting your chops because you're not going to be with us next week, and it makes me sad. And this is how I deal with my feelings.
Hi, everybody, to the people newly in the Breadcast right now, got rated by $27. We are introducing the beta version of our Breadcast 3.0.
Yep. If you're watching this now, you were a beta 2.
Yeah, beta 2.
All betas now.
We all betas. There's no alpha in this house.
No alphas in this house. You heard it here first, folks. No one ever No one ever suspected that there was an alpha in this house. And that's the way we like.
So we have a different. What we're offering is we have a different camera angles right now. Actually, we have our own camera, like EJ, da 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 da, and this is me, Luna. Da-da-da-da. That's me, and we have a whole brand new, the old friend soft stash right now.
Producer, who's checking his fucking
Phone.
instant messages or something right now.
I was getting very important messages on that phone from the people up top.
Oh,
We
really?
don't have people up top. This is a non-compete cooperative. We are the people at the top. All right. So anyway, it's fun. We're all having fun. We don't have. Oh, Kai deleted Twitter. Where'd that go? Hold on, I'm going back through the stars. Yeah, Kai's deleting Twitter right now. It's time, Kai.
It's time. Is it a joke? Is this real?
No, I think Kai was saying earlier that Kai wants to delete Twitter, but wanted to delete the old tweets first, but was having trouble with that. Can I make a suggestion though, if you haven't already pulled the trigger? Don't delete your Twitter. Just hide it. Just put it on lockdown so that like nobody can see your posts, and just stop using it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you delete it, Kai's already deleted it.
Oh,
well, all right. Okay. Oh, BP from Overthrow Media says, I'm door dashing and accepted an order because y'all's heads were blocking the amount. I just expected it to be bad, but it was a $50 order. Y'all are good luck. I think. ... I hope we're good luck. I'm glad you got a good order there, BP.
Yes. Check your StreamYard.
Check my StreamYard.
Mm-hmm. Just in case.
You mean my Stream Elements?
Stream Elements.
We've only been using these platforms for like 3 or 4 years here, Luna. Nothing. All right. Anyway, if anybody does come to Vietnam, let us know. We'd love to meet you in a safe public location.
Yes. Absolutely. But Antonio, Olivia, if you're watching and if you like thinking about going to Huế, Da Nang, Hoi An, just hit us up. We are right here in Da Nang, in the middle of the trip. If you want to go to Huế or Hoi An, you have to pass by our city. So we'd love to have a beer with you.
We're always good luck and good vibes, according to Spirit Mayo. I don't know if that's true. I mean, maybe we're always good vibes. I might accept that.
Good luck and good vibes. Yeah.
Luna's always good vibes, at least.
Yeah.
I might not always be the best vibes, but I'm decent vibes most of the time, I hope. But as far as good luck goes, I wish that good luck would start rubbing off on us.
Lacroix, I have a question about for me. Question for Luna: what's your opinion on how Vietnamese people feel about real cool people? And what do they know about us, given what they know about Japanese imperialism? So, the understanding and the knowledge of Vietnamese people about Japan is pretty much, I gotta say, like, generally speaking, not great, because it's something kind of intention between, we have a long history of, the atrocities that fascist Germans did in Vietnam in the 40s, and, how they killed like 10% of our population, and Japan is very imperialist and they very capitalist, and how, they're facing a lot of trouble right now. But at the same time, it's a sad thing is that young generations of Vietnam also got, exposed a lot into the propaganda, capitalist propaganda coming from Japan about how great a country is, blah, blah, blah. So kind of mixed situation like that. And I do have to say that the knowledge about Vietnamese about real cool people is not really common, generally speaking. I know about that, and many Vietnamese communists know about that, and yes, want, real cool people to, to be independent, to have their own self-determination. And we know that they are occupied legally by the Japan, imperialist Japanese government. But like, generally speaking, that knowledge is not very common in Vietnam. And I do hope that we will be educated more.
I'm not seeing, who asked that question?
Alacour.
Okay. I was going to say, because that would be a huge coincidence. Because the Alacour said, My boyfriend is Okinawan, Ryukyu, and Korean, and I'm Puerto Rican and French Creole. Thank you for spreading your knowledge about Marxism in the most clear, etiquette, and respectful manner. Well, we appreciate that. We do try to be respectful at the very least.
Yes.
That's a very awesome multinational mix you got going on there. Okinawan, Korean, Puerto Rican, and French Creole. That's really interesting. So that's a lot of that's a lot of revolutionary history right there in one package. So I'm sure you'll have a lot of very fascinating stories to tell. So yeah, if you ever want to talk about any of that stuff, let us know. I know that, yeah, I mean, like the Ryukyu people have been colonized for what, centuries, right? South Korea obviously still heavily imperialized by the USA.
Yes.
One thing that all of these have in common is that the USA has played a huge part in oppressing all of these different cultures.
I mean, now Okinawan people have to fight, both sides. Japan and the USA.
Huge, massive military base on the.
Just like Vietnamese people, we have to fight against the fascist Japanese and the colonialist French at the same time in the 1940s.
Yeah.
Okinawan people are facing the same thing.
Yeah, and then of course in South Korea, you have a combination of the massive military presence of the USA, the imperialist presence of the USA, and the fascist holdovers from Japanese colonialism. The big chaebol families in South Korea who run the corporations like Samsung and Hyundai and all those, they have a direct lineage back to the Japanese colonization. So, these were the people that were basically compradors and worked on, got a huge leg up under the fascist administration of the Park administration. And, so we all know that South Korea's got a huge problems with imperialism and fascism. Puerto Rico is, of course, just a straight up colony of the USA.
Straight up colony.
And
Hawaii is straight up like illegal occupied. Guam too. Guatemala.
Oh my gosh. The whole country. The whole country is just colonial administration of Anyway. The Ryukyu live on the archipelago between Japan and Taiwan. So I'm not sure I'm not an expert on Ryukyu at all, but what we call Okinawa, what's commonly called Okinawa is the Ryukyu people. Ryukyu, is it the Ryukyu Islands? So there are multiple islands.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
They've been colonized by Japan, and Japan refuses to recognize them, refuse to even count them. Like, I don't even think that there's an official count of how many Ryukyu
they refuse to count,
and
they don't officially recognize their ethnicity.
Yeah. Oh, Da Nang does have an international marathon.
Oh, yeah. My friend Ngọc joined it, remember?
Oh, yeah. I don't think we'll be running any marathons anytime soon. We're still struggling to get to the 5K again. Luna and I were in pretty good shape about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
During the Breadcast 1.0, early 2.0 era. We're trying to get back into it, but it's just hard to find time to run.
Of course, my mom didn't like it because I looked skinny back then. Skinny but muscular,
Here's a good question from Kai. Did the Japanese invasion cause Japanese words to get integrated in Vietnamese language and vice versa? The Japanese weren't in Vietnam for long. They did a lot of damage while they were here.
A lot of damage. They were in Vietnam for 5 years, and the famine was caused in the last 7 months of the occupation.
So, and tell me if I'm wrong, Luna, but the way that the Japanese colonized Vietnam was they just brutally it was just all about sucking up resources for the war. For the war.
Because they came to Indochina the moment where they were losing.
Yeah.
In the war with the alliance.
So
they came to Vietnam and they they tried to make up for what they needed in their country. So they just took everything they could. They took every single thing they could back to their own country and left 10% of our population died of starvation.
Yeah. So they didn't even really do much in the way of
they didn't
cultural.
Do nothing. No.
Because they were just really trying to steal as much shit as they possibly could.
At the same time, French do the same thing.
But the French had been established for longer, so they had to impose a lot of the cultural domination elements.
That is over 100 years of occupation by French. A lot of words, for example, parts of bicycle in Vietnam are actually French word. Or like soap, savon. is soap.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the veston, and then veston.
Yeah.
And then a lot of like bicycle parts are French word too.
Yep. Slop, are you going to stay with us for the final 30 minutes, or are you taking off? Oh, we're gonna do the. We already talked about this while you were checking your higher up emails.
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about, but we're gonna stick around for the full 2 hours tonight.
Yes.
Ooh,
and then
like
what?
I said,
like you said 20 minutes ago.
That's right. Oh, look, you were paying attention.
Yeah, no, I was just giving you a time check.
Oh, okay.
That's all I was doing.
Thank you, 30.
Thank you.
Get out of here.
Done with him.
Wait, hold on. I had one more thought with the Japanese imperialism and there were some. There were small in number, but there were some Japanese soldiers who switched sides and helped the communist revolution.
Yes. We call them the New Vietnamese.
The New Vietnamese.
Yeah, there were a few hundred, like about 200 Japanese people, like soldiers or their family members or something. They decided to, desert from the Japanese army and go work with, Vietnamese people with Viet Minh. And they say after we won against fascism and then colonialism. And and Ho Chi Minh gave them the new name of we call them the New Vietnamese, and they started their families here for a few years. But sadly, when the USA decided to, had a Vietnam War with Vietnam in the 1950s, I remember 1954, 1956, we had to encourage those New Vietnamese to come back home because we told them that this is not your war. This is our war, Vietnamese war. So if you don't want to fight it, I mean, nobody forcing you, but if you don't want to fight it, please go back home. So most of them decided to go back home by the 50s.
I really want to see, I don't know, I think that would make like a really cool like comic book or something.
Yeah, right.
Or a manga. If there are any Japanese communists who want to, it's hard to do research on it. There's not that many resources, even in Vietnamese, right? Because didn't we look into this before? Do you have, are there a lot of documentation of that?
Yes, there are.
Oh, really?
There are some documentation.
Because I told you, okay.
Not much so.
Yeah.
But there are some documentation.
Well, anyway, it would be cool to see like I want to see a movie or a comic book or something about that and about our Greek comrade. Why am I drawing a blank?
Yeah. ADHD. Hey!
The Greek comrade.
Kostas Sarantidis.
Sarantidis. Yeah, right. I could remember Kostas, but I couldn't remember Sarantidis. Yeah. Kostas Sarantidis was a Greek soldier who was basically drafted by the French military.
No, he was drafted by the fascist Germany first.
Oh, okay.
And then when the fascist Germany lost, he was then drafted by French.
Right, and they sent him to Vietnam.
In 1946, they sent him to Vietnam. And the moment he got here, he immediately deserted and joined the Viet Minh and then literally fought for us. Not just leaving us, he fought for us. And we put him in charge. It's right in Da Nang, right, the city we're living in. We put him, Kostas Sarantidis, the ex-soldier of the French, we put him in charge of the prisons for prisoners of war of the French soldiers. He's in charge of that, and then he fought until like 1950s against the French. And then, yes, he got married, and in the 60s, he came back because of the Vietnam War, he came back to live in Greece. And he just died last year in his hometown. And his last wish, his last wish was to have a funeral in Vietnam and get buried next to his comrades in a cemetery here. So yes,
he was buried in Vietnam. I thought he just had a funeral here. I didn't know.
No, he was buried. His wife and his children brought, his ash here in Vietnam, and he was buried here.
Wow, I did not know that, even though I was at the funeral. Maybe I did know that and I forgot. I don't know, but that's interesting. Yeah, that's probably one of the most.
And he was honored with the title of the Hero of the People's Army of Vietnam.
Yeah, the
only one for foreign, hero like that.
My biggest regret, since I moved to Vietnam, my biggest regret is that when Vo Nguyen Giap died, it was before I was a communist, and I didn't really know who he was.
Exactly.
And I could have gone to the funeral for Vo Nguyen Giap, but I was in Ho Chi Minh City when it happened. they had a big parade and everything, but I just didn't even know what was going on. So
It's 2012, right?
I think it was 2012. Yeah.
It was
okay.
it was
Baby
huge.
Marxist said, "Are you going to be watching Oppenheimer?" I'm hesitant to watch it because I'm not well read in the history, and I know for sure the State Department was involved in this production. Yeah, for sure, the State Department was definitely involved in this production. I don't know much about Oppenheimer either, and I mean, I'll probably watch it, but I'll probably watch it at home through my own means. Yeah, Grant, you got some Oppenheimer discourse for us?
I just don't know why.
You got an Oppenheimer fund?
I just wonder like why we would pay money to go watch that. I mean, that's my hot
We're
take.
all sons of B words now, Grant.
Oopsie.
Wasn't that Oppenheimer that said that?
I don't know.
I just I think
That's
that
the
he
one thing
was.
I don't know what that movie's about.
I can tell you what it's
A-bomb.
not going to cover though is the people that were displaced during all of that testing and
Right.
I don't know all of the
right, yeah.
sort of tragedy that surrounded even just the testing of the bomb. But
I
don't
mean,
know.
yeah, just the fact that we nuked. I mean, yeah, that's a really good point. Like, yeah, we didn't just steal the land, then we nuked it, like made it completely unusable. Like, it's so fucked up. That's a really good point. And not to mention the genocidal murder of civilians, which was completely, in my opinion, avoidable.
Yeah, and here's the thing: it's like I think you could, if you're like trying to figure, if you just want to like take in some information on like the basic history of like who Oppenheimer was, like I guess like you can go watch the movie and like I will probably watch it at some point, but don't think that you're going to take anything like useful away from it.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a overly negative.
Well, no.
Sort of...
Well, we haven't seen the movie yet, but I think we can make some assumptions and then test our assumptions later once we finally do watch it, I guess. But it's gonna be jingoistic. It's gonna be like Luna talks about this all the time. That like Vietnam War movies are always about how American soldiers have to go do war crimes and then be real sad about it.
Yeah, they make a whole like series of movies about how sad and how broken those war criminals are and how sad. Look at the things from their perspective. Oh, they had to commit this genocide. Like, fuck you. Nobody makes a movie about Hollywood. Doesn't make any movie about the perspective of literal Vietnamese, the real victim of this war.
Yeah.
3 million Vietnamese people died out of what? Certainly a country just came here and brought a bunch of like weapons to kill us all, and then make movies about how sad they were when they killed.
And by the
us.
way, they bombed the South Vietnam to hell and back too. But anyway, my point being is that like the reason this connects to Oppenheimer is I'm predicting that there'll be a lot about how sad it is that we had to go and use nuclear bombs against civilians, and it's such a
how hard it was for them to give a decision to put like dropping 2 A bombs into civilian cities. Like, what?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
I mean, like relatedly, like not relatedly, like I y'all know the I mean, you're familiar with Jack Ryan with Tom Clancy, right?
Yeah.
So Amazon has this new Jack Ryan show out, and it's in its like last season, starring that guy from The Office. I have been hate watching it this whole time, and I finally finished the last episode last night, and I gotta say it is atrocious. It is absolutely atrocious. It is the biggest piece of
watching Cobra Kai. I had to stop watching Cobra Kai because I mean it wasn't great to begin with, like in a lot of ways politically, but then like it gets into this whole thing where like I can't remember the main bad guy, Kurtz or whatever. There's this like the main bad guy. They do these like Vietnam War flashbacks, and it's just like so fucking over the top bullshit about how like they forced them to fight over a pit of snakes, and like
What?
It's just so bad. Like it was so fucking bad. Like the propagandistic elements of it, and that was fucking like Cobra Kai was just supposed to be this silly kids show. But yeah, I mean, no surprise that Tom Clancy's
it's
not exactly
I mean,
a comrade.
Yeah. No, in the show, I mean, it's amazing the gymnastics they resort to like make the CIA look good. It's like nothing is their fault, and they're only fighting terrorists. They're not trying to do regime changes.
Right.
Regime overthrows.
Well, I mean, it's like Black Panther. Like, you got the white savior CIA agent is like one of the principal good guys in a fucking in a movie called Black Panther. It's just
right, exactly.
Anyway, indoctrination is
it's all about white saviors, you know. It's all about white savior.
The poor CIA.
Yeah,
they don't want
to have no choice.
Yeah.
The poor CIA.
But see, this is what really wilds me out about Western leftists who have all these opinions about Vietnam, and they've like never been here. They've never had real conversations with Vietnamese communists. And they have all these opinions to share. And it's like, you don't think that the lifetime of exposure to propaganda you've had has had any impact on the way your mind works. And I say this as somebody who was fully indoctrinated. And when I moved here, I was like kind of terrified. And I believed all the bullshit all the expats were saying, quote unquote expats.
Horrible, sick on him, flags everywhere.
There's this thing that white expats, I just use that term almost like sarcastically or like as an insult.
Expat.
But there's this thing that white expats do where in Vietnam specifically, and I've noticed it, and I've talked to there are some cool folks here. Like, we've got some friends here who are, white expats and who are like communists and cool. And they have had the same experience as me. So it's not just me. I've had it confirmed. Like, when you're hanging out with white people in Vietnam, they act like they have something that like the Vietnamese government would be like interested in even remotely. Because they're like, oh, I think that you can't post things on Facebook. They're watching you. You can't do this. I think my hotel had a bug in it. They say ridiculous shit like that. It's like, you're a fucking backpacker.
They need an exit visa.
Oh, that's a different lie. That's a whole different lie. That's what a lie.
You know where else? You know where else I get bugs in my hotel rooms?
The U.S.
Florida and South
because
Carolina.
Of the NSA?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a good one too. Man.
The NSA actually does bug all of us. Like,
yes.
Like they admit
they openly admit it.
And they have never made any indication that they even give a shit about it. That's the funniest thing about
they have no indication that they ever stop or they ever care or they have any punishment or consequence.
They never even apologize.
It's just like, hey, we are bugging you. End of story.
We're totally fucking logging like
but no, you have balloons. China balloons.
I really thought you were talking about like actual insect bugs, not listening devices.
Hold on. Okay.
But yeah, no.
Just for folks who are trying to catch up like Grant. Okay. Let me finish the story. I didn't finish. I got sidetracked. Well, okay. You knuckleheads came in and took over. All right. What I was saying is the white expats believe seemingly sincerely that the Vietnam government is spying on them because they're like Americans or Europeans or Australians in Vietnam.
Dude, they act like they're so important.
Yeah, it's like megalomania.
Who are you?
Why would anybody be spying on you? What do you do that's important?
Who are they for us to like spy on them? Like what?
And it's like I said, the NSA absolutely is spying on us.
Yes.
And they admit it. The funniest thing about the whole Edward Snowden thing is how we found out our internet.
I don't think so. No, your internet is bad.
No, it might be our internet, Luna. What's more likely?
No, Grant's internet is bad.
We have to just let the chat decide. Chat, tell us whose internet is bad.
Yeah.
It's much more likely that our internet is bad because we haven't gotten our good modem yet. I think we're dead in the water.
Slop is bad. So yeah.
Oh, slop is bad. All right.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Well, that was a unhappy coincidence. Okay. Well, let me just wrap up what I was saying. When Edward Snowden came out and said the NSA is spying on everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's being spied on by the NSA. Nobody
give a damn.
Nobody, like, there was like stuff in the press about how this is bad and stuff for like a year or two.
Yeah.
And then but the government never said, oh, we're gonna make changes. That never happened. Nobody apologized. Nobody changed. There were no changes were made.
Yeah.
It's just and now nobody talks about it at all anymore.
Yeah, but then when the China balloon was on the sky of USA, everybody went nuts.
When the China, like, if you really believe, okay, you know, there's this liberal idea of like journalistic integrity and you have to show both sides of the story. That's what I was taught when I went to college, is that, like, you know, in journalism, you have to show both sides of the story and you have to be objective, which is bullshit, because you can't actually be objective. Everybody has a bias.
Yes.
You have to disclose your bias, in my opinion. It's the only way to really check a bias. But anyway, if you had any objectivity, when you talk about surveillance, you have to talk about the NSA spying on people anytime you talk about surveillance.
Exactly.
Because it's like the biggest surveillance operation,
the biggest
in human history.
scandal in the human history, yes.
So when the balloon was flying across the USA, how do all these journalists with a straight face say that they're being objective?
The balloon that is the size of 3 school buses.
And they say, you know, oh, we're going to talk about surveillance. China's so bad because they're spying on us. It's like, how do you have that whole conversation and not one single time? And I watched like a lot of that coverage when it was happening.
I was in the USA when it happened.
Yeah, not one single time does anybody talk about the NSA spying on us.
It's like, okay, it might be true that you're concerned about that China balloon because they might, like, you know, like watching you, but like, but once you think about it, like, dude, the NSA admitted that they spying on you. Alexa is on the corner of your house listening to every single word that you say every single day. So why are you not terrified about that? You're not terrified about the thing that you're absolutely not sure about, the China balloon. It's like, you know, like, it doesn't make any sense if you think about it logically. But the whole point of the indoctrination system that you have to say is to make your people think illogically, to be scared of whatever is not the US, and be just like take everything made by the US in the US normally.
It's like Parenti wrote in Inventing Reality. What does he call it? He's got a word for the.
What did you call it? Reality,
perceived reality or something.
Oh my goodness, my brain is
perceptual reality.
Perceptual reality.
Let me make sure that that's what. Someone in the chat will know.
Yeah, someone in the chat will know.
But anyway, it's like basically the media in the USA, the way that propaganda functions in the West, in the capitalist world, is they build the confines of thought in which you can operate. And they basically just create this world that you inhabit where you think only in the ways that they've, like, you know, you could have a disagreement within this confined space, this Overton window, or whatever you want to call it. Internally, Ming Mongo says, internally, the NSA has a different definition of spying from the rest of us. They record everything, but they don't think it's spying unless they listen, watch, read, which of course is bullshit. Yeah. Well, and plus also, I mean, no, you're right. I'm not disagreeing. I'm yes and.
I'm yes and.
Not only that, but you know they're reading and watching
they know
a lot more than they would ever admit.
Oh.
Sorry, I had to drink my light bulb juice. Fancy studio, thank you. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Let me tell you, having 3 cameras.
It's a pain in the butt.
It's a pain in the butt, but look at all the gags we can do. Luna, do a gag. That gag would have been a lot less salient were it not for the 3 camera setup. The smoke but not inhaled semantics. Is anybody else old enough to remember?
Smoke but not inhaled.
Bill, do you know the story about Bill Clinton?
No.
This is one of the great things about being old, is you can tell stories. So when Bill Clinton was running for office for president, they asked him if he smoked marijuana. And this was like the 90s, and it was so controversial to even talk about marijuana.
Like, it's a sin.
And so there's this whole thing about how, like, oh yeah, cannabis. I'm sorry. Good correction from our slop deucer. They asked if he smoked cannabis, and his response was so fucking funny because he said, like, yes, I smoked it once, but I did not inhale. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, but one funny thing is that nowadays, I don't think that would have played out anywhere near as the way that it did back then. Things have changed so much.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, you'd probably lose votes for saying you didn't inhale. Be like, loser. You wasted good weed. But anyway, I'm sure. Yeah, of course he inhaled, and of course it was more than once. Nobody. All right.
No, one. It either you don't smoke or you smoke a lot.
I mean, I'm sure there are people who tried it and didn't like it, but they inhaled.
They inhaled. So that was the only reason why they know that they didn't like it.
Other politicians probably have said the same thing. Just like how the Clintons were like viciously against gay marriage until it was like not the politically correct thing to be against gay marriage, right? I mean, it's like they're and it's not a matter now. Okay, here's the thing: when we talk about shit like this, people changing their opinions. Of course, people grow and change. I've grown and changed a lot, right? Mm-hmm. But it's very obvious that like the Clintons changed their positions like cynically, you know. It's like the bourgeois mass appeal kind of thing.
Yeah,
and it again ties back in with.
He was also, came to Vietnam and in the 90s, and trying to normalize the relationship with Vietnam. So it's kind of sense like lip service, populist. He was absolutely a populist.
Yeah, exactly. The Good Morty here says pandering versus growth.
Yeah.
And all you have to do to know that that's true is look at their actions even today. Mm-hmm. They aren't actually doing shit for LGBTQ plus people.
No.
They're not. They're not liberating LGBTQ
plus
people.
They're actively passing laws that are against LGBTQ plus.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that they could do. Like Joe Biden right now, there's a lot of things Joe Biden can do with that office to support LGBTQ plus people, and it's not being done. And it's because ultimately the division of the working class is the point. It's the point. And that's why, as Luna and I say all the time, LGBTQ plus people have to build our own power base. It's not about trans rights, it's about building trans power. I'm non-binary, Luna's bisexual. We know
I might be pan.
Say what?
I might be pan.
Might
pansexual.
Well, I mean, we've had this discussion many times. I think bisexual and pansexual, some people use those terms interchangeably.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of discourse about it, but anyway, regardless, we're both LGBTQ plus, and we know that you're not going to like begging for rights from the bourgeois state is not a path forward. And anything that has been any successes and victories that have been achieved by the LGBTQ plus movement have been achieved through building power. It's not like gay marriage was just gifted to us by the bourgeois state, and it wasn't just voted through the system. People had to be on the ground, militantly active for decades to force those changes. Yep. And a lot of that has to do with forcing acceptance, and it's been a very successful struggle in many ways, but only through that militant power building activity. So anyway, I'm reading chat here. Wait, we got a private note. Oh, yeah. Shout out the comrade looking for work one more time. Yeah, we do have a lot more people watching right now.
Yeah.
Linda's getting sleepy, apparently.
No, I just slept for 5 hours last night, so I'm sorry.
We've got 7 minutes left. Okay, so Mr. Piece of Work is a comrade who's looking for work. I'll just read their ad one more time.
Yes.
So they're in Texas. Says, desperately in need of an income. Hello, I'm a 52-year-old male who's not been in the job market for a full decade now. I'm autistic, so I do much better when I'm working alone. I found employment in the past as a clerk in a small boutique IP law firm, then as an AP clerk in a large law firm. With the large law firm, I was exposed to 2 different proprietary database systems and picked up on both quickly. I've also finished a bookkeeping course with flying colors, so I'm well-versed with GAAP. I'm looking for a position I can do from home, as I do not have a vehicle nor any access to any public transportation here in Texas. I have great discipline and do not watch any TV whatsoever or use social media much at all. I have a robust working knowledge of HTML and CSS and use a Linux OS to compute and write on the small internet. So I'm familiar with shell access and the command line. And if you want to employ this comrade, you can email me at noncompetecoop@gmail and I'll put you in touch. Very great friend of the show. Been in the chat for a long, long time.
At Artemis Mel. Sending a fellow unemployed meow.
Yeah, there's a lot of unemployed folks out there.
Yes.
Or underemployed.
Yes.
So anyway, if that person would be helpful to you, let us know. All right, so we got about 5 minutes left. I guess this is kind of like free time, rapid fire, lightning round. If anybody has any questions or comments, sound off in the comments. And we will do our best to comply with your engagement. That was a weird sentence. Luna?
Yes.
You have any thoughts about how things went today? We started off really rough.
Yeah, really rough.
But I think that
it's getting smoother.
Yeah, it is getting smoother. You're right. And I think that we have a little formula here. I think this is going to work out. I think so. I think it's going to be great. Little more preparation.
With our producer.
Oh, right. With our illustrious producer. Mm-hmm. The beautiful and talented Slop Stash.
I was just thinking, like, I wish the beginning was a little bit smoother, because we did practice all of those things and you set up your cameras. I really thought this time was going to be different.
Yeah.
But I think y'all are doing a great job.
Are you you sound bummed out?
Oh shit.
No, I think you're doing great. I think you're
now I can't hear you.
Oh shit. You're muted. Your microphone.
Well, you might just be muted on Google Meet. I don't know.
I am.
See? Grant's going through all this trouble to shame us about our technical problems.
Yeah.
And then he's over here muting himself on Google Meet.
No, the meeting has ended because we ran out of time again.
The meeting has ended.
The meeting has ended. The meeting has ended.
So we're just here now.
Well, I guess I'll just plug into StreamYard.
Yeah, just plug into StreamYard.
We're almost done.
We're done. We're just hanging out now. We don't have to.
I will unmute my side so I can hear Grant.
You got to plug in. Yeah, you're okay. All right. Talk, Grant.
Oh, I'm here. I'm just.
Right, look, we did it. You sound so much better. All right.
That's good.
That's just live production, especially over the internet. Hey, we got a donation from McClellan. Look at that.
Oh, yay.
Thank you so much. McClellan said, congrats on the new studio comrades. Thank you. Wow, that's very generous of you.
Oh,
we will take that donation and probably put it towards microphones because we lost our microphones.
Dang it.
I hope that's not the case. I hope we find our microphones and then we could use the donations to do something else. Maybe build a better backdrop.
Yeah, finish your green screens.
But we appreciate you, McClevens. And yes, you are correct. Live production is a hassle. I don't know why I like doing this, but I do. I enjoy the struggle. I enjoy the calamity and the chaos.
The only part I enjoy is to talk with people online.
It is not an easy thing to do, but it's fun. So look at that. Enrique Testa says, I just want to thank you for the amazing work you do, Luna. Comrades to study and get informed.
Yay! Thank you, comrades.
And if you haven't read Luna's translation of the Dialectical Materialism curriculum, Luna, go get my copy. It's right there. Right there. I'm sorry for sending you, but you're closer, and I'm going to talk while you do that. Look, now when Luna's gone, we can just cut to her empty chair.
That's good. You did a really good job. I think you should stay in control of the camera controls because you seem to be doing a really good job. That's something I took a couple of notes.
Once again, I'm cold.
You just stepped right on Grant, Luna. I hope you're happy.
No, it's fine. I was just commenting that EJ did such a good job with the camera work that he should probably be technical director in the future as well. So he's doing really great work.
You're trying to shirk your responsibilities?
No, man. I am really good at taking on a lot of hats. I'm a hat wearer.
I think we should you did inspire me. I think we should close out by everyone giving everyone else a compliment on what they did well during this, because it's obvious we've had a lot of problems, but I think we should talk about what we did well. I think that's a good team building exercise. But before we do that, I just want to pitch Luna's book. So producer Grant, you're going to very effortlessly get the Banyan House link up, and in the future, every time we talk about the book in the future, from now on, you will make sure that banner's up there. I got rid of Grant. I didn't actually mean to mute you, but whatever. Okay, hold on. See, this is why I'm not a technical director. Okay, this is the book. Curriculum, the Basic Principles of Marxism-Leninism, Part 1. The Worldview and Philosophical Methodology of Marxism-Leninism. Translated by this wild, wacky woman, Luna Lin.
Yes.
And you can get it here at banyanhouse.org/shop. You can get it for free if you want the ebook. You could buy the print book if you'd like. It's a fantastic resource that all communists should possess. It will help us to possess the means of production if we all read it, study it, learn it, understand it, apply it in practice. Hey, producer, put the link in the chat too. The Good Morty did it in Twitch chat.
Producer did.
I'm just saying that Grant should put the link in the chat. Type it in the chat. Let's all watch Grant type it in the chat.
Well, okay, God. What? Who is this?
Look, Spirit Mayo's been gone so long that Spirit Mayo missed the whole book launch and everything.
Oh.
Welcome back. Thank you for the congrats. We accept your congratulations. Grant, where's that link in the chat?
I don't know what account I'm even logged in as.
StreamYard. No, just do it in StreamYard.
Yeah, but what is that?
Just look like this. You know that you could type in StreamYard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. All right. Anyway, let's end on a high note. Let's end by everybody say what everyone else did well. Starting with Luna.
I did it.
Luna, give positive feedback to me and Grant and the audience.
EJ, you doing a good job, running the whole show, fixing all the problems and being funny at the same time.
Thank you.
Grant, you're being a very helpful and funny producer.
Oh, thank you.
And great jacket, by the way.
All right, I was going to say that's too generic, but the jacket, I mean, I don't know. Does complimenting each other's clothes count?
Yes.
It demonstrates a degree of preparedness.
Yes.
It did.
He looks very preppy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I put on my best producer's outfit costume.
Now Grant is complimenting himself.
No, you remind me that you also won the federal stamp.
We have to. I'm sorry. I know we're over time. We have to let you know about the credentials of our producer.
Yes.
Listen, this is interesting and important stuff right now. Our producer is not just any Joe Schmo we just picked up out of the faceless crowds.
Exactly.
Our producer, Grant the Slopstash, has won a very illustrious award, the 1992 Federal Duck Stamp Award. Do you have that award with you?
That's not true. Yeah, it's not entirely true what you said. What I won is for the Federal Junior Duck Stamp. I received the Federal Junior Duck Stamp Design Contest honorable mention. So I got an honorable mention.
Fucking amazing.
I know.
Wow.
Well, I just want to make sure that we're being accurate.
So award-winning show. We can now say that we're an award-winning show.
Yeah. For almost 30 years.
For over 30 years. For over 30 years, we have been, Luna, we have been an award-winning duck stamp show. Luna. Okay, so we've, we're an award-winning show for over 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
thanks to Grant the Slop Stash and his amazing duck stamp award he won in 1992. What other show can say that? McClellan wants to know, what is a duck stamp? I feel like we should have.
Okay.
How many ducks did you stamp on?
I didn't stamp a single duck, but I drew something, I think, with colored pencil, and I submitted it to this contest. And they chose it. They chose it, and they said, this is almost good enough to be a U.S. postage stamp.
Ooh.
Wow. Almost good.
It's almost good enough.
They honorably mentioned you.
I know.
Yes.
I was mentioned.
They mentioned you in the most honorable manner.
Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible. Well, all right. Applause for Grant. All right. Did you compliment the audience, Luna?
Audience, you are awesome tonight. Thank you so much for your support, your nice words, and your super chats and your donations. It means a lot to us. And we are not be here without you.
That's true. Without your support, we would not be here. I feel like
We
it's
would not be
argument.
here. Yeah.
But we did it. We did it. We did it thanks to you. And yeah, we do have a studio now with multiple cameras. How cool is that? I guess it's my turn. Compliment everybody. I'll do it quick. Luna.
Yeah. Yes.
My one and only comrade, the love of my life. You did a great job staying awake. You didn't fall asleep during the show, even though we know you're real sleepy.
I didn't actively fall asleep.
So great job there. Grant, the Slop Stash. You know, you were in my ear the whole time. You did offer some corrections and some motivation, some direction.
Self-crit.
A Vietnamese comrade asked, "You guys have a studio now?"
Yeah, I already said, yeah, we do.
I know.
I addressed that. I even put it on screen, but that's okay. You must have been.
This is a new one. This is a new one.
It's not a new. Anyway, we're not going to argue. We're complimenting each other. We're praising each other. Luna did a great job staying awake. Grant did a great job talking in my ear. And audience, you know, you're just amazing as always. Really, can I just say we have a great audience, and I'm very happy to have had you all with us through this important milestone, bringing us to Breadcast 3.0, entering the new beta era. By the way, the beta is going to last for a while longer. If you haven't noticed, we haven't quite got all the kinks ironed out yet. But
We're in open beta right now.
We're dialectically developing. And Grant, I'll let you have the last word as the newest member of the team here.
Oh, I'm supposed to. Luna, I think you did a great job. You had a lot of insight to offer tonight.
True. Perhaps the only insight.
Yeah, that might be true. Also, EJ, I think you did a great job overcoming your grumpiness before the stream. You were
I was
the grumpiest person alive, and you know you really pulled it. You pulled it all together.
Feel like a backwards compliment.
No, I think you did.
This is feeling passive aggressive.
I think you did great. I think you did great work.
Passively aggressive.
You brought a lot of energy. You brought a lot of really positive energy, and you know, I think the audience in the chat really you know, picked up on that. And they appreciate that.
Oh, David, remember your busted toe.
Yeah, that's not
my
really
busted
praise.
toe.
My busted toe. I stubbed my toe 2 days ago.
Oh, 2 days ago.
It's bleeding.
It literally hurts right now. Like I can feel the pain.
I was gonna say around the time of this duck stamp competition, I also broke my toe. I do remember.
Is that why you can't remember the duck stamp competition?
It's very possible.
The pain traumatized you.
Do you think that the federal government has your duck stamp in their archives?
They absolutely do.
You need to look into that. You need to look into that.
I need to.
Christopher Roberts says, did we skip alpha? No, we had the alpha last night. Y'all weren't here for that. So anyway,
Big Mongol, we're all betas here.
We are all betas down here, Billy. All right, well, that's it. Grant's got to go to sleep. Luna's got to go to sleep. I'm going to probably go to sleep too. So thank you for watching us. You can sleep now if you want, or you don't have to. Luna's very happy to smile and wave at you. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for watching. We will see you Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time for Mooncast. We'll see you then.
I might move my Mooncast up early too, but just
well, if Luna moves the Mooncast, she will announce it on her channel, youtube.com/LunaOiLive, LunaOiLive. I'm EJ.
I'm Luna.
We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye.